This is really incredible. You can now edit an entire YouTube video without ever even having to touch a traditional editing timeline. Plus, if you don't have a very professional looking background, Descript can fix it.
Bad mic audio?
It fixes that too. And if you've hired a video editor, you may not need them anymore, because instead of emailing them instructions, you can literally just type the prompt of what you want to do into Descript and it does it for you. Descript has literally been saving me hours for years in my business now, so I'm pretty excited to have them now as a sponsor of this video. So let's jump in, starting with the thing that saves a ton of time that a lot of people don't even realize until you start doing it. When I first started on YouTube, I wasted so much time setting everything up, filming, transferring the files over, loading them into the video editing software, organizing them, all of this extra stuff. Now, I just record my YouTube videos using my webcam and I record directly into Descript. And if you're recording a video with someone in a different location, like a guest or a co-host on something, it does that too. Records both sides right into Descript. Next, we've got to look at the AI features that make the person in the video look really good in no time at all. Frankly, I tend to mess up my lines quite a bit. I assume you do too, right? We're both human. But Descript's AI can remove our filler words. It can remove gaps when we stop to think in the middle of the recording process. It can even find and remove your bad takes. So in just a few clicks in a matter of seconds, you can go from the long rambling video you recorded, which is exactly how this one started before it was edited, down to just your best takes. Then from there, you can do the thing that Descript invented originally, which is the ability to edit your video like a document. Highlight the sections you don't want, hit delete, they'll automatically be removed from the video itself. This is why we don't have to mess around with messy timelines the way video editing used to be now that we have Descript. Now, have you ever recorded a video and once you're finished, turns out the audio sounded terrible? Well, rather than having to refilm the entire thing,
You can take your audio from this
to sounding really, really good simply by turning on Descript's Studio Sound feature. Again, you can go from, oh no, my audio sounds terrible, to, oh, that sounds really, really good. So in just a few clicks, you can go from raw, messy footage to a really nice, tight video. But you know what gets watched even more? Tight, professional looking videos. This is where my favorite feature in Descript comes in. It's probably not the most popular feature, but I would say it's the most underrated. And I'm talking about Descript layouts. Descript layouts are like templates, except they're not templates because there's another feature that's called templates, but for explanation's sake, they're like templates that you can apply to create different scenes in your video. So for example, when I know I'm at the beginning of my video and I want to show my title screen, I can highlight the section that I want it to apply to. Then I say change layout, click on my title layout, and seconds later, watch this. This channel. It took me 6 months. So that all happens automatically with just a couple of clicks. And of course, once this is here, I can go ahead and change it to be whatever I need the title to be. And layouts can do all kinds of things. Like here, I say I had over 100,000 views on my videos. So that's maybe a point I want to emphasize. Change layout, camera zoom. Now watch me when I play it back. On YouTube, I had over 100,000 views, so automatically did that again just with a couple of clicks as opposed to having to go in and arrange all sorts of things. So I showed you how you can quickly apply layouts there in your actual script. To access more, you can go to Properties and then Layout Packs. You can change to all kinds of different ones that Descript has created, or you can actually create your own layout packs, which is what I've done so I can speed up my own editing. And here's one of the best parts. When you transition from one layout to another, Descript has something called Smart Transitions that animate from one layout to another like this. I started this channel. It took me 6 months to hit 100 subscribers. Another great way to make your videos look more professional is to add B-roll footage, and Descript has tons of B-roll footage built right into the program. And here's how easy it is to add. So let's say I highlight this line, and at the end of my first 12 months on YouTube, I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna search for YouTube. You can see various things that have come up, and then I just drag this on top of my highlighted section right there, imports the video, and then seconds later, I play this back, everything. And by the end of my first 12 months on YouTube, and if you want to add music, same thing. We go to Media, type in a description of what you are looking for, put your cursor where you want the music to be. You can preview the media here on the side, and then when you're ready, you just hit the plus sign, and you can see here this green line shows that the music has been added. You can also look at at it in the timeline, even though I said you don't need to look at the timeline. It's there if you want. And you look over here, it says audio leveling in progress. So it'll automatically go through and adjust your voice in relation to the music. So you don't have to worry about all that. Now, if you want to worry about all that, you can certainly come in, and Descript has lots of toggles for adjusting the audio and different effects to get it exactly the way you want if you are more particular about that kind of thing. And one of the things that I hear from my clients that are trying to grow on YouTube a lot is, I don't have a professional looking background. Well, first, let me say, if you can film in front of a plain wall and you're well lit and they can hear you speaking, that's good enough. I didn't build this set overnight. This is what it looked like when I started, me in my living room in front of a window. So you can do this over time. But in the meantime, you can record in front of whatever you want and then go into Descript, remove the background, and then you can change it out to be whatever you want, whether you want something professional or something completely ridiculous, like this. Yeah. Now remember at the beginning of this video, I said maybe you've already hired an editor and maybe you won't need them anymore? Well, that's because there is an editor, or as they call it, the AI co-editor built right into Descript named Underlord. To access it, you go to the lower right corner and click on Underlord, and it basically appears like a little chat box, almost like ChatGPT, built into Descript. Let me show you 5 super cool things you can do with this. Please go through and add a clip of B-roll once every 20 to 30 seconds based on the context you get from the script. Then I hit enter, comes back and says, I'll add B-roll clips throughout your script at 20 to 30 second intervals based on the context. Let me first check your script to understand the content and timing. I can now see your script is about YouTube title optimization, runs for about 3.77 minutes. So it's going through just like a human video editor might do and going, all right, let me figure out what do you got here? Where do I want to add this stuff? And the great thing is you can walk away and do something else while you're waiting for it to finish. By the way, what we do here is show you how to grow your YouTube channel in only 90 minutes a week. Descript is certainly a part of that. If you want to learn more about growing faster on YouTube in less time, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss our next video. All right, and it's done. Look at this. I've successfully added 7 B-roll clips throughout your video. Remember, this video is like 3.5 minutes. Shows the 20-second, 45, 72, and you can see them all sitting down here on the timeline. Can you imagine? It chose and placed the B-roll for me based on what I talked about in the video. Now, if you're picky, you may not like their choices, but of course, the better the prompt you give it, the more specific you tell it what you need, the better it is at giving you what you asked for. Another thing you can do with Underlord is say, please lower the volume of other audio clips to make sure that my speech stands out. I'll lower the volume of the B-roll audio clips so your speech stands out clearly. So then it goes and it does that. Maybe you want a specific B-roll clip, but it's not available in the media library. You can actually ask Underlord to create a video clip for you. I made this video about how sometimes entrepreneurs confuse the YouTube algorithm by publishing videos about all kinds of different topics. So I wanted a B-roll clip to show the YouTube algorithm looking confused. So I typed in a prompt, and this is the clip that it gave me. This looks like a robot that's very, very confused, right? Another thing you can ask it, please make a version of this that is vertical and also shorter that I can publish on TikTok. It's perfect. I'll create a vertical TikTok version of your video. This means converting to portrait orientation and condensing the content into a shorter, more engaging format for TikTok. All right, look at this. Your new TikTok video. Here's a link. So it put it in a different composition. That's what sort of we call sub-projects here in Descript. So I'm going to click on that. Opens it up, and look at that, there it is, the TikTok video. Now, of course, you can go through and make additional edits, but that's pretty cool to be able to give this program 10 words and say, go make it into a TikTok video. And you can go through and ask Underlord how to make your video better. Think of it like a professional video editor. Please go through my video and analyze it, then tell me how I can make improvements that will increase watch time, engagement, and professional look overall. It wasn't exactly proper English, but I think it'll get the gist. Oh, it's not holding back. Clean up the script, fix your scene pacing, too many long static scenes. I guess it's all in the voice that's in your head when you read these out loud. It could be why don't you please strengthen the hook? You know, sounds a little nicer that way. Pretty crazy, isn't it? Now, it is still in beta, but it gets better every single month. And I think at some point in the future, we'll be able to put our raw footage in there, insert a list of instructions, and let it go to work and have something that is like 95% edited and ready to publish. It is now getting to the point where you can give it more than one instruction, and it does a pretty good job of following them. So can't wait to see where this goes. If you want to try Descript, I'll include a link down in the description of this video. And if you want to see my step-by-step YouTube editing workflow for Descript, I've linked up to that on the screen right now. You can click that and I'll walk you through exactly how I edit my videos in 10 to 15 minutes apiece.